Hi there, so day 21 of the bike tour, although I may be merging this with day 22 on the videos depending on how I make these videos in the end. The reason I'm not too sure is that I've spent another day in the hotel here. The weather is terrible once more. There's strong gusts of wind blowing in all directions, although actually predominantly in the wrong direction that I want to cycle. Severe weather warnings have been called all over the country. There's power lines down, there's flooding, all the schools are closed across Greece. There's trees fallen down, so it's quite a big thing. And there's actually two weather fronts. One is called Xenophon, and that's a bad weather front which is affecting everything, as well as this cyclone that's building up in the sea. So fun times. But there was nothing I could do. There was no cycling, so I just spent the day working. And tomorrow I'm hoping to hit the road early, 7 o'clock. Miss most of the bad weather. I'm going to get to Thebes, make a judgment there, see if I should stay in Thebes overnight or if I could actually push on to Athens and get to Athens in one day. But this really depends. The weather is, the forecasts are changing moment by moment, so I'll just wake up in the morning early, check the weather forecast, load the bike if it's good enough and get on out of here. Good morning everyone, it's Dave here from davestravelpages.com and this is day 22 of the bike tour. I'm actually going to be able to leave the hotel now. The winds have died down considerably. So the plan today is to cycle through to at least Thebes, that's about 70 kilometres away. Once I'm there, I'm going to take an assessment of the weather because the bad weather is still plaguing Greece. There's gale force winds blowing through, heavy rains, flooding, trees down, all that kind of thing. So when I get to Thebes, I think I've got three choices really. I'm going to go to the KTEL, which is the bus operator, and see if it's possible to maybe get on a bus to Athens. I can stay in a hotel in Thebes, or the third one is to cycle all the way through to Athens. It's 150 kilometres away and a lot has to go in my favour, and the last few days doesn't seem to have done that so far. So that's basically the plan. I'm going to leave here at about 8 o'clock because sunrise has been a bit later. Sunrise was 7:30 at the minute. So leave here at 8, maybe be in Thebes for 11, and then I can make my mind up what I'm doing. Here's some clips and commentary from the road. Here we go. So I'm just leaving my home of the previous few days. As you can see, it's a bit cloudy. That's because of the height that I'm at. It's also a bit cold, so I've got full waterproofs on even though it's not raining at the moment. So now for a downhill section through the clouds. There's a little bit of drizzle in the air and it's quite dark at the minute, probably because it's still early on. But I think even when I get down lower, these clouds are going to be covering the sky for most of the day. I doubt I'll be able to see the sun today. You can see the mist blowing across the road and there's water in the air, it's raining. So I'm not sure if I'm actually in a cloud or not. It's a bit difficult to tell because of the height. I'm hoping it doesn't go on much longer though. It's only been 10 minutes, my hands are already freezing. I can see a tantalising patch of blue sky over to my right. Not where I'm going though. Now I've got a bit lower, the temperature is slightly warmed, which makes a huge difference in the rain. It's a lot more pleasant cycling in 16 degrees than in 8 degrees. So this is okay right now. An uphill, but at least the wind had died down. At the moment it's just a manageable drizzle. Just like being back in England really at the minute. It's those strong winds later on in the day that I need to be careful of. I've got a sign for a tunnel coming up. It could be a reasonably long one, 300 metres. Tunnel was a nice break from the rain. Only momentarily though. So I phoned ahead, and in Thebes I'm going to stay in a hotel there for 2 nights, as the weather in Athens will be too bad to cycle in. So by staying in Thebes I'll miss the cyclone weather, get back to Athens on Monday when it's a little bit sunnier, warmer, there's no wind and no rain. So then, I made it to the hotel in Thebes, and here's a quick look behind me. I'm going to show you around because there's a few things I want to show you first. So the weather it's literally chucking it out there. There was no wind, but the rain was just not quite torrential, but it was very, very close to torrential. So it was quite dangerous, I think, actually, in terms of visibility, with other drivers being able to see me coming down the road. So I'm glad I got to Thebes. I'm going to be here for 2 nights, and when I leave on Monday, the weather should have sorted itself out and we'll be back to normal, or whatever normal is. What I'm going to do quickly though is show you around the apartment, or the hotel here in Thebes, and just point out a few things about what happens basically when you end up somewhere after it's been raining all day. Okay then, so this apartment, sorry I keep saying apartment, this hotel is €30 a night, and that includes breakfast. Over here I've got a fridge, so I've already been shopping and I've just bought a few things so that I've got, you know, like lunches. I'll probably go out for 1 cooked meal a day, although there is a supermarket literally right next door, which is handy. So over here, these are my sealskin socks drying. So sealskin socks are quite strange things. So outside, I mean, keep in mind it's been raining all day. So outside these are still damp, but inside they're still relatively dry and my feet were warm throughout. So this was pretty good in terms of cycling with them on. The issue comes now in drying them out. So obviously I'm in a hotel, and over the next 2 nights they should be dry and ready to be packed away. But if you've got to cycle again the next day, basically, you know, you're putting wet socks on to start off with, so which is always a little bit uncomfortable. But that's sealskin socks, and the same for the hat as well. And actually, while you're cycling, the actual cycling was comfortable. The temperature was comfortable. Okay, the rain's a bit irritating, but I felt okay cycling. It was just the fact that I didn't think other road users could, see me particularly well. And Greek driving is not the best, especially in the rain, as everyone gets all excited because I've never seen rain before. My shorts are on there drying, as well as the inner shorts. And over in the bathroom, I've put up my waterproofs just to drip dry. So the Gore-Tex jacket was absolutely fine, but it is going to need to dry out now. So I've just got that hanging up to drip dry, and that kept me nice and dry as I was cycling. As I said before, it's one of those things that when you buy something that's expensive but it's worthwhile, it's good. And these are my non-breathable waterproof cycling over trousers, which do the job. The only problem is that if you sweat, if you're going uphill, it keeps the sweat on the inside, so that can produce a bit of a chill in the end. But yeah, so they're just going to drip dry now. And then I washed out my t-shirt. I was wearing an inner t-shirt and my gloves there. And what have we got over there? And that's the sealskins hat here. Not that the radiator's on, I just needed somewhere to put it to dry it out. And that is pretty much it. So really it's just a matter of getting everything dry and ready for when I leave. But when I leave, I won't need any of the waterproof gear. It should just be a straightforward cycle home. So really then, for the next 2 nights, I'm just going to be stuck in Thebes, for want of a better word, because there's not a lot to do here. There's a couple of places to eat. I'll just do a little bit of work, chill out, watch a couple of films, just get ready to cycle back really. In a way, it's a bit of a shame because I'm only 70 kilometres from home, so it seems a bit silly on the one hand just to be stuck in the hotel room for 2 nights, but on the other hand, I do want to see the cycling through and cycle towards home. So I'll just stay here and chill out for a bit. Let me turn you around and I'll sum up the day. Okay then, end of day summary. When I left the hotel this morning, there was no breakfast there because I left before the hotel owner had turned up to the hotel. So on the way, I got a coffee and a roll thing from a garage, and that came to €4. And then I got another Diropida and another coffee, and that came to €2.70, so that's €6.70. When I got to Thebes, I went to the supermarket and spent $12.20, so that's $18.90. I'm kind of adding this up while I'm talking, so I'm a bit confused. Let's call it €19. Let's call it €19. I've not paid for this hotel yet. I'll probably pay for that as I leave. So the daily spend today was €19. And I think the lesson of the day is, and this is particularly important for me, I think, is to get some bike lights, because I've gotten so used to cycling without them, because I just go, okay, well, I'm not cycling in the dark, so I don't need bike lights. And I was pretty much fully prepared for just good weather cycling. Obviously, I've got my wet weather gear with me just to keep myself dry in the eventuality that there should be a shower, but this was not a shower. This is a bad weather front that's affected the entire country and region for a number of days now. So I think lights on the bike, especially a rear light, just to make myself a little bit more visible. I'm not sure if it would make a massive difference in the end because the visibility was pretty terrible out there, but it's better than nothing, I guess. So I think the daily lesson on this one is just to get some bike lights. Thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers for now.